Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. For those who don't know me, I'm Kim from the F Word Asia, and we create conversations and support for ladies going through fertility journey. So for those who don't talk about it enough, but today's topic is something I feel we don't talk about enough, and that is a lot of us are focused on getting pregnant, whether naturally or through treatments like IVF, but we rarely stop to think about how the body actually affects treatments. So today we're going to explore a slightly different perspective and what the role of the body is in fertility. I'm really excited to be joined by Angelia Ng, the founder of Baby's Bliss and a fertility wellness specialist who has worked closely with women to support their bodies through fertility, pregnancy, and recovery. And she brings a very important but often overlooked perspective to this journey. So with that, let me invite her in and we can start today's talk. For those who have questions, please through and then we'll try to cover them as we go along in the talk as well. Okay.
Hey, hello.
Hi, Julia.
Hello. Hi,
Thank you
everyone.
so much for joining us.
Thank you for hosting.
All right, so thank you, everybody. This is Angelia. Maybe before we start, Angelia, I'm sure a lot of people know you already, but let's do a quick introduction from you.
Okay, hello everybody. Thank you, Kim, for hosting. I'm Angelia Ng. So I'm the founder of Baby's Bliss. For Baby's Bliss, we are a fertility wellness house in Singapore, where we have been helping couples to prepare your body for parenthood since 2017. Yeah, I'm happy to be here to share as much as I can. Yeah.
So 2017 is quite a while. So what made you actually start in this, this industry? Because it's not an easy industry, So what made you start here?
I think it started off with curiosity for myself. Like I start working on myself, and also I all along I've been in the wellness industry, right? Like in the body industry. So I've actually met a lot of ladies who actually spend $10,000 signing up for slimming packages or warming treatments, hoping to warm their body or to lose extra weight in order to get pregnant. However, that's just a very small part, because most of the service provider may not understand reproductive cycle. And that's where I see the gap. Yeah. So I started attending to fertility services during my off day and before and after work until one fine day I was being forced to resign by one of my fertility clients.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Wow. So actually,
Yeah.
so you're doing something else but you were focusing on ladies who wanted like fertility services and as well.
Yeah. So like one fine day, my client, she is telling me that the waiting list, because her cousin is also in our waiting list.
Yes.
And back then the waiting list is up to 6 months. So she said, you cannot expect us to wait for 6 months. It's time for you to focus on us. Yeah. Yeah. So that's where I actually took the bet.
Wow. And it was a good bet at the end of the day. The number of women that you've helped since then is like, I know I always hear so much good stuff. So it's been quite crazy.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah. So, okay, a lot of things, when women think about fertility, they think it's only about hormones and age and this and that. But given your number of years of experience, and helping so many ladies, where does the body come in with all this? Because, presumably the body should be something that's quite basic, but a lot of women usually overlook this. What do you see?
I think it's not just about hormones or not even on age. There's a lot more revolving over like, our lifestyle, our eating habits, and our emotions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's no longer just about hormones or age, because we have seen ladies as young as in their early 20s having very good hormones blood tests, but it doesn't mean that conception is easy. We have also have ladies who actually manage to conceive naturally at 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's
yeah. So when a lady comes to you, okay, so what are things that you look at? Because obviously they come to you. Do they come to you knowing that, okay, I'm trying to conceive, or do they come to you at what point in time do they come to you?
unfortunately or fortunately, most of them come to me as their last resort.
Wow. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so most of the time, majority of our ladies, they come to us, after they have tried several rounds of several years of getting pregnant without success yet, or even several years of IVF. Yeah, and that's where they have already exhausted most of the resources out there, like diet, supplements, other complementary therapy before they come to us.
And
Yeah.
so, and I think the big question people have is that when they come to you, what are you offering them? Because I think there's a lot of people have a lot of questions usually, because we know when they talk about babies, bliss, and everything, do they talk what is it exactly that you help, or how is it exactly that you help the ladies? Maybe you could share a bit more about that.
Yeah, I always tell others that my job is just to make you all pregnant.
It sounds simple. It sounds
Yeah.
simple, but what is involved in it?
Yeah. So there's a lot of hard work. Hard work meaning our hard work involved, right?
Yeah.
So we'll first need to understand the individual's lifestyle, their body condition, and for the services that we does over here, it's way beyond massage. Yeah, so I think over the years we have actually involved technologies and equipments to help us, enhance the overall results. So we uses technology like red light therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and thermotherapy, which they are actually the principle behind it, right? They are also very well backed by science findings, like increasing oxygenation, reducing oxidative stress, reduce inflammation. So these are some of the things that we don't usually test during fertility screening.
Yeah.
However, these are also very important because from our day-to-day lifestyle. Yeah. And it has been very helpful ever since we start this new protocol in 2022.
Wow.
Yeah. So ever since we start our first branch at Plaza Sing, right? We started this new protocol and we have actually really see very significant improvements there. Including, I remember one of my clients, right? She have actually cancelled up to 5 rounds of FET because her lining wasn't growing, despite all the protocols. And when we actually started this new protocol for her, right, that is the first time ever her lining went up to close to 8 mm.
Wow. And this is through the use of machines and all the different therapies.
Correct. Yeah, it's the combination. And that particular cycle, right, the doctor actually did not use any hormones like before. Like she even went through using Viagra to prep her lining, but it just doesn't help. Yeah, so it has been very helpful, I would say, including for follicles development and egg quality. And we are able to compare. And we are able to compare right before and after because like majority of our clients, they actually come to us after several rounds of unsuccessful IVF. So we already know like their embryo screening or even their follicles development. Yeah. So after going through the program, we can actually see the significant improvements. There's nothing else changed, in terms of the medical protocol. There's no change. There's no more changes to their lifestyle or diet. What they actually include is the additional protocol over here.
No, that's quite interesting because often when we talk to doctors and they often say there's nothing that can really change. But the fact that, with these certain machines that you've done research on, because it's not something that you're just blindly using, you have actually done the research and everything, and it has proven to be, useful. I think that's really brings another perspective on things.
Yeah. And I think one key point that the benefit that we have, right, is because we see our clients on a weekly basis. So we actually check in with them on a weekly basis at different phases of the cycle. This also let us understand their lifestyle, their eating habits much better. And from there, we're also able to give additional advice.
Do you when patients come to you, because obviously you're looking at the whole lifestyle of things, what they're eating and everything, do they have to be very strict with how, like, do you tell them that, okay, no, if you undergo our program, you have to eat like this and that? Because some people think that is it a bit too strict in that sense, or is it something that you advise them and it's up to them where they kind of go from there?
I think basically we need something that is able to be sustainable and
Sustainable, yes,
consistent.
correct.
Yeah. So basically, like the sorry. So basically, the diet wise, right? The food are usually easily available at food court and hawker center. We don't really need to food prep because I can't cook.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and that's a big problem. We hear people that, when you ask me to eat healthy and everything, it's a bit hard because by the time I finish work, I need those options that are readily available in that
Yes.
sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And lifestyle, I think what is more important is we try to find things that works out well. It's not about changing lifestyle anymore, right? Because
Mm,
firstly, changing of lifestyle requires time. Most of the
yes.
time, we do not have enough time. It's very time
Mm,
sensitive. So what we
yes.
can actually do, right, is actually to complement, it's actually to bring the entire ecosystem, whatever is within our means and their means,
Yeah.
to make things work better. There's
Yeah.
always more solution than problem now.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that makes sense. And it's good, I always feel that it's good to have solutions. When it comes to a stage where you don't have any solutions anymore, that
Mm.
is when it's, a bit too late in that sense. So solutions are always good.
Yeah.
Coming back to the body, the woman's body. So you've seen so many women's bodies across the years and this and that. What is a sign to you that you have a look at the body and you realize it's not ready for pregnancy yet?
Okay, so there are a few things that we that we look out for. If we find that because we do massage, right? So if we find that
Mm.
their pulse is actually very, very weak, or the individual, first of all, they may have anxiety issue.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, they may be still healing from past trauma, or they have persistent menses cramp, um, low grade fever, like inflammation, like that.
Mm.
There's like persistent sign of inflammation, or flare on the skin.
Oh, like flares on that's visible in that sense.
Yes, yeah, or very severe menses cramp, which they don't usually encounter. So we are not talking about ladies with endo.
Mm.
Yeah, or unexplained bleeding. Mm, yeah. So these
So
are
these
some.
are.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
these are some that will actually encourage them to take slightly more time to work on their body's immunity, or on their emotions first. And beyond that, we may also want to look at our clients' work, whether are they entering a busy period. Yeah, if
Stressful
so,
period. Yeah.
yeah, if so, right, they will try to arrange the IVF to be after.
And are most women open to that? Because obviously those who are trying to get pregnant, they're always like, I want a baby like now.
Mm.
So usually when you try to tell them that, I think, do you give them a lot of explanation why they should
Mm.
push it back?
Yeah, I do tell them. So apparently, right, what I notice is usually for ladies who have tried several rounds of IVF, they'll be the ones who will be more receptive. Yeah. Whereby those who are very new to IVF, right, they may find that, this shouldn't affect. It's just our
Mm-mm.
day to day. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think those who have failed a number of times, they're at a stage where they're kind of, quite dated and like, I will just do whatever lah. I mean, if it works in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, if they have already done like IVF, we also want to look at their past response, their past IVF response. Mm.
So when they come to you, they'll bring all their reports and everything, and then you kind of go through it, make sure that you know what's going on, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we'll actually have them or even before teleconsultation. We provide teleconsultation, so there's no need for you to come down.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. So
Yeah.
they do everything through a telecom, and then you tell them what they should do next, or how does that work from there?
So during the before teleconsult, they will furnish me with all the details, like their past IVF
Yeah.
response or medical reports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then during the teleconsult, that's where we try to, hear from each other and whether are we able to meet each other's expectation and commitment.
Understand. Because it's
Yes.
it's obviously something that, I mean, they're coming in with expectations, but you also have to tell them what the expectation is.
Yeah.
In terms of women who come to you for support and everything, what are some common patterns that you see with them? Like, is there similarities, or are they all very, very different?
Well, most of them are very different actually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
In what way?
So in terms of, okay, are we looking at behavior or are we looking at medical?
I think more medical behavior. I think everybody's very different in a sense, but
Yeah.
medically, do you see common problems that you realize that, hey, okay, I see this within the ladies, that they all have something similar, and that's the reason why something could not go right in that sense.
I think this go batch by batch. So there's a period of time like last month, right? I received a lot of inquiries where majority of them have recurring pregnancy loss.
Hmm.
Okay. Or ladies who are in their mid 40s.
Mm.
Yeah. And also ladies who have actually failed several rounds of retrievals. And we're talking about retrievals because most of them may not have eggs to retrieve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
you end
like,
up with hazard cycle.
wow. And that's very tough, especially, when you're going through. You think IVF is going to be something that I at least get eggs out of, and then when you don't get eggs, it's traumatizing in that sense.
It is. And especially for many of us, right? Or those who are very new in this journey, we always thought that okay, IVF is almost 100% because it's science, right? We have the best egg, best sperm, best timing. But
Mm.
unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't always work this way.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
For ladies that come to you that are, obviously older and everything, do you think, I mean, based on understanding everything, are they ladies who that tried when they were early and failed a long time, or they started trying at an older age?
Recently we are seeing ladies who actually started slightly later. Because they actually settled down at
Yeah, later.
at later.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. I also see batches of these, so it's always quite interesting. Like, at what point in time do they decide that, okay, I think it's time to try now and everything? And I always wish that people would try a bit earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
given situations and circumstances and everything as well.
Mm.
Do you see that people who are, so just now we mentioned this, people who are just starting out versus those who have been trying for a long time, the difference between them obviously is the attitude and everything. Do you see any other differences in terms of their body?
In terms of body wise, I think most of them, right? We are talking about those without any medical condition. Okay. So those who have actually tried several in a while, right? They are more aware of their body condition. Yeah. Because they would have already understand how is their body, what are the symptoms, and they're also more mindful with the food that they are eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereby for the ladies who just started in the journey, right? Many times they may not even know their cycle. Yeah. Or they may not understand when is their ovulation.
Yeah. So it's really coming in quite blind in that sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you find that ladies who know a bit more are easier to help than ladies who don't know anything?
Yeah. I think like when they know what are the signs and symptoms, right, it will also give us a better understanding, of what could be the cause of it.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's also easier for us to prep their body, And I think this information are also helpful when the ladies have it in advance and they inform the doctors.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, because all these are beyond medicine, It's not just about the follicle size or the hormones level.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's being a bit more mindful because I think, on a day-to-day basis, we're often thinking about so much other things in our life. We seldom stop to think about what our body is like, certain things. And we're not very sensitive to our own body, I realize.
Yes.
Until it comes to a stage where you have to be, and then you're like, oh, I didn't kind of know that in that sense. Yeah. What do you think is something that ladies or women are often very surprised to hear about their own bodies when they come to you, or like something that you kind of teach them that they didn't know in the first place?
When we're talking about maybe for ladies who are trying naturally, right? They may not know about cervical mucus.
Okay.
Yeah. So they may not know that cervical mucus is is one of the sign of healthy ovulation.
Yeah.
Or in fact, many ladies may not even know when is their fertile window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they may assuming it is like, day
They can
14.
get pregnant any time of the month, that kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah. So these are some of the things that many of them don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
And which is quite surprising in certain ways. I'm like a broken record of this, but I always feel that, we are always taught not to have sex, not to get pregnant, but we're never taught when we can get pregnant, what are the times that we can get pregnant, this and that. Education is so important. At least if we know that, then at least we can, half the hurdle is done, I feel.
Correct.
It's something that we really need to work on. Yeah.
And many couples, right, at times they may only have intercourse during the day of ovulation.
Because it's very stressful, like when I tell, I think I was having a conversation with doctor previously, and the doctor said you should have it, after your period, after every second day, or, and then you just think about it and you're just thinking, wow,
The stamina.
Just that in itself sounds stressful, you know. But it's true. I think at least twice or 3 times I think would be useful
Yeah,
in that month.
usually
Just yeah.
we'll encourage our couples to start trying 5 days before the actual ovulation on alternate days basis.
Mm,
So if their ovulation occurs on day 14, right, then they start trying from day 9 on alternate days.
wow. And do a lot of them follow through with that?
Most of them, yes. And of course, we will want to prep them, you know. So
Yes.
when the ladies are having their cycle, that's where the men will need to start to boost on their energy also.
Oh, and how do they do that?
You know, like taking food that are rich in zinc, in iron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Should they do that like months beforehand or can they do that like in that cycle?
we always want to start from that cycle. It's always a compound effect. Yeah. So, you know, having preparation does help.
Yeah.
And try to avoid arranging social gathering during the fertile window. You don't want to go home tired or go home drunk.
I mean, some people, you know, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Sometimes it's easier when it's drunk. But then, yeah. So, okay, for women who are trying to conceive, right? What are some simple tips that you would advise that they do? Like, what do you tell your patients and everything that, okay, today's the first time I met you. I think these are things that you can start doing already.
Okay. So we will actually understand their lifestyle during the consultation. And we will always want to start with as simple as their water intake.
Okay.
Yeah, what I realized is many of us
don't drink enough water.
Yeah. Like how much water do you drink?
Well, I think, wow, it's so bad. I don't think you should be asking me. I think today, all in all, I probably drank like 2 glasses of water. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to go back to basic. You know, it is pointless if you are going to spend, you know, hundreds or thousands of dollars on tonic and supplements, but our body is dehydrated. Yeah. So we want to go back to, you know, what we can start within our household.
Yes.
Like, and also starting the day, right? Our first food intake, it should be warm, nourishing, and easy to digest.
Yeah. We were having this conversation previously when we had a chit chat, right? And I was like, but it's hard in the morning. And then, but you gave me a solution. Like if I was telling you that, you know, it's very hard for me to wake up in the morning if I've got to go to work and have a warm, nourishing breakfast. But then you gave me a suggestion. And what was your suggestion?
Chicken essence. Yeah, you know, it can be as easy as a bottle of chicken essence first. Or we can get multi-grain cereal. Yeah, all we need is warm water.
Yeah. So I never thought about that. I always thought warm is something like you really need like to cook a warm meal and everything. But actually it can be a lot simpler if you think about it.
Correct. And it can also be as simple as taking hard-boiled egg over soft-boiled eggs.
Explain to me why. You explained this to me, but I think we should let everybody hear about this. Why soft boil? Why?
Yeah. We are looking at the protein content, right? So same egg, when we take it soft boil, the protein content is 2 to 3 grams. But when we take it hard boil, it's 5 to 6 grams. So we want to get the best out of it. You know, and if we were to order our toast set outside, maybe from Yakun or Toast Box, right? They do have hard-boiled eggs option.
You just gotta tell them. A lot of people don't know that. See, they think that you can only have it soft boiled. Yeah, so we can, you know, request for hard-boiled eggs. And like, you know, for bread, toast, right? We can choose peanut butter instead of peanut butter? We want protein and we want to cut down on sugar intake. Yeah. Or we can even choose like tuna toast wedge. That's what I usually order over here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not very it's not as challenging. It's quite easily available. You know, or even sometimes at food court or canteen, they may even have like egg mayo sandwich. Yes. Yeah, that would work also. Because it's hard boiled egg, right? And that would be healthy enough for you. Yes, and it's actually much more nourishing as compared to our typical Singapore breakfast. Yeah. See, actually, it can be a lot. So that's why we should start a series on like easy to do recipes, easy to do meals and everything. Because I think these are things that women kind of need to know as well. Because it can be a lot simpler. And I think it's good that women learn these things. Yeah. Instead of complicating it. Yeah. And we don't need to spend too much time on it. Yes.
Mm.
Because we don't have enough time, as we keep mentioning everything. Okay, but when we're talking about time and everything, let's talk about exercise. You know, how important it is, because obviously a lot of us don't exercise. Well, I'm talking about myself, but you know, how much or how important is exercise to the body in preparing for, you know, fertility treatments or natural conception?
I would say it depends on why do we need exercise. If let's say it's mainly for circulation, there are many other options.
Okay.
Okay. However, if we are talking about is it a must to do exercise? It is not. But if we are looking at to help us to improve, blood circulation, then it can be as easy as doing just get a yoga ball and we can do hip rotation for seated on the yoga ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
because
hip rotations.
hip rotation, that means we actually draw a circle using our hips.
Oh,
Yeah, because when we actually do this gentle movement, right? Like I always tell my client, replace your chair or your sofa with a yoga ball. So while you're watching television, right?
Yeah.
We are actually gently engaging our core muscles. So we're actually strengthening our core muscles without overstimulating it. And as we do hip rotation, we are actually encouraging more blood flow towards the pelvic area where our reproductive organs are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This also helps us to relieve tension.
Because it's also subconscious that, I mean, I think it's a very small thing, but subconsciously we're actually doing exercise in that sense.
Correct. Or if we want to engage our core muscles, we can also do planks, like a 1 minute plank. We can do a set of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started workout for a year.
You look so good now, by the way, I must say. But
I'm still working hard on it. Yeah, but I started off with I just Google, right, like simple exercise on bed.
Okay.
So while I'm lying down on bed and using my phone, right, I'm doing leg rise. Yeah, because this will also encourage blood flow towards the pelvic area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it can be as simple as this. We don't really need to do
Like go jogging or go running, or I mean, somebody mentioned Pilates. Pilates is great if you have the time to go and do Pilates, right?
Yeah,
But we don't
it's
have
not
the time.
easy.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want something that is easy for us, like we can even do when we are trying to settle down before bed.
Somebody, I don't know, some people said, will doing exercise before bed make you less sleepy, or will it, or the other way around? Does it make you more sleepy?
Yeah, this is a very good question, because what I realized is a lot of us, right, have been doing exercise or jogging, running at night. Or going for going to gym, doing HIIT at night. Then they're telling me, 我睡得很好.
Is that good? 睡得很好 should be quite good. No, not good.
No, we do not want to go to bed when we are battery flat because we're already exhausted.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, we prefer to go to bed when we are more calm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you see what is more important is not just the hours of sleep, but the sleeping quality. Yeah. So for exercise before bed, right, gentle exercise is fine. You want to go for brisk walking after dinner to help with digestion, to use it as a dating couple bonding time, that is fine. But do not run, just because you think, hey, today I need to clock. Like I need to burn 300 calories or 500 calories. Then you feel so tired just before bedtime. Of course, we can go to bed very easily, but then we are going to bed fatigued and exhausted. And we are looking at the compound effect.
Yeah.
Is it really healthy? It may not be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even though when we may be sleeping, our body is actually overworking also.
Yeah, because I mean, we want the body to heal in the areas, or like the areas that we want, but it's spending so much time healing the other areas that it cannot focus on the areas that we want. Yeah.
Yes.
When we talk about sleep, I mean, everybody always says how important sleep is and this and that. But I mean, it's very hard to sleep these days. And it's, so what are some tips that you might have for that?
Okay, I think it goes back to our bedtime routine, right? Like if we have the habit of watching drama before bed, then don't watch those that are too exciting.
But then not exciting, then I don't.
Yeah, because when we watch anything that's too exciting, right, then our brain frequency will be very active.
True.
Yeah. Then the type of music that we listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we try to listen to more calming soft music instead of
Yeah.
those very hyped up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
things that will make you bored, I
I
guess.
would say to calm us down. Yeah, to calm us
Yeah.
down. Or even, like taking a warm shower and look
Mm.
at the ingredient of your shower gel.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's go back to warm showers.
Mm,
Because they said, okay, when we talk about warm showers, obviously not too hot water, right? When you're doing
mm.
treatments and everything. So a warm shower before bed is good.
That is good. Like
Okay.
that's how I decompress myself also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And look at the ingredients. So you see,
Okay.
we wouldn't want to use shower gel that is with citrus scents because citrus is uplifting. So it gives us feeling fresh and more alert. We prefer something that is more relaxing. So maybe you can opt for something with maybe lavender or geranium.
Oh, lavender and geranium. So something a bit more calming at
Correct.
night.
Like the scent. And of course, when we're talking about this, right, we try to use clean products. So
Yes.
clean products meaning like those using pure essential oil instead of fragrance oil.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, okay, when we're talking about clean products, this is a whole conversation in itself and everything. But when we're talking about clean products, based on your knowledge and research and everything, some people ask me, how clean should they be? Do I go so clean that, I stop plastics, I stop, because I have some people who really go like very extreme. But what are some basics that you feel change those at least in your life?
Okay, so for me, right, I will work on intake first.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try to avoid processed food.
So what is
Yeah.
processed food? Just a quick processed food like that we usually take in Singapore.
In the past, I take a lot of like luncheon meat lah,
Yeah.
seaweed chicken, ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
these are things that are not so good because it's very high in salt content as well, right?
very, very. So now I go for real food lor, like the whole food.
So, but in a kopitiam and everything, how real is the food usually? Like things that we tapa and I think should be quite okay, right?
Okay, like from 杂菜饭 or even Western food, Japanese bento, most of them is like chicken is chicken, pork is pork.
Yeah.
Fish is
So
fish,
nothing
yeah.
too processed in that sense. So those are good options to go for in it.
Yeah, and I try not to drink hot drinks, right, using plastic cups.
Yes, I think that's a big one. I also try to refrain from doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like because I uses essential a lot, so for scents, right, I use only essential oil, nothing synthetic fragrance, not even fragrance oil.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this, and I know that your essential oils are very high quality, and they're also not cheap in that sense. Because I was, asked in that sense. But why is it so important for you to use good essential oils? What's the difference between? Because some people I also don't know how to tell the difference between a good essential oil and a not so good essential oil. But what's the real difference?
I think like the reason why we uses essential oil is for its medicinal properties, correct?
Okay.
Because essential oils they are being extracted through the plants or the roots. Yeah. So the purer it is, the better benefit it is. And I always go back to why I set up Babies Please. It is to provide what is lacking out there.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is why I should remain with providing quality ones instead of using synthetic. Because it's going to jeopardize my results anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even sometimes my supplier, even ever since COVID days, right, the prices went up crazy.
Yeah.
So my supplier, he was telling me, oh, maybe you can have the option of using synthetic fragrance like mix.
Yes.
It actually reduces my cost a lot. Just like what the rest of the providers are using,
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Because people can't really tell. It's a smell, is it? I mean, unless you tell me what is real, what is not, I really don't know in that sense because it smells the same sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it smells a bit different, but yeah.
Yeah. But then for me, it's like the reason why we're able to get much better results is because of the quality that we uses. If I'm going to compromise on the quality, right, then I wouldn't have the results that I want. Then it defeats the purpose already. Like all the time and effort is wasted.
Yeah. And that makes sense, and I think that's very important to find somebody who is willing to give you the real stuff, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is not easy to get it out there.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I think that, especially with essential oils, I have ladies who, they just think that I can just go on Shopee and buy whatever essential oils and everything, and I can just use it and it's good for me. But I think it's very hard to gauge what is real stuff and what is not, because a lot of fake stuff is also sold as real at the end of the day.
Correct. And
Yeah.
of course, we do have ladies, right? In the past, I do have ladies who actually, spend thousands of dollars going to membership by buying a whole set of essential oils because,
Yeah.
it's helpful, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is they do not know.
How to use it.
Yeah. They only know
I'm
this
one
is
of
a
them.
relative blend.
Yeah, I'm one of them. So people just tell you, hey, this one good, you buy. This one good, you buy. So you buy, right? And then when it comes, you don't know. I mean,
When to use what?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is also very important. And many times they are using the wrong one at the wrong timing.
So for your patients, basically, you're using it on them. They don't get to, like, you don't tell them what they can bring home to use, right? Everything you're done, you specialize in it and use it there, right?
Yeah. Basically, there's nothing much for them to use at home.
So no
And
homework or whatever.
No, I would say homework is more being more mindful of our lifestyle and your eating habits, because this will be something that would be following us throughout our lifetime. And
So
I always tell
it's not only for this period of time. It's something that, forever.
and I always tell them, right, like, we wouldn't know when pregnancy will take place, but we always want our body to be baby ready.
Yeah.
And whatever we do now, right, it have to be something that is easy for us to maintain even during pregnancy. Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously with your services and everything and what you offer and everything, it's not only you get pregnant and that's it, it's done, right? It goes on from there, correct?
Yeah.
And why is it important to kind of go on from there?
After pregnancy, we have like prenatal massage, right? Yeah, and postnatal. So that's why we actually follow through them. We understand how challenging it is to finally conceive. So we are also very particular with how our ladies feel during the pregnancy. Yeah. So like providing, example, prenatal massage actually helps to provide them with more relief.
Yeah.
Like better sleeping quality, and they are also in better mental state.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes during pregnancy, it may also trigger their past trauma.
Oh, yes. Okay. For those who have failed previously, and I know what I mean in that sense. So it's and I always say an IVF pregnancy is very different from a natural pregnancy, because not in the sense that it's different pregnancy wise, but it's very different mentally.
Correct.
Because of the trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they feel better, they are also able to enjoy the pregnancy journey.
True.
Yeah, like so much effort put in, we'll want to enjoy the pregnancy instead of being ordered complete rest in bed.
Yes. No, it's true. It's true. I think there's so much that's involved in just getting pregnant. And then after you get pregnant, it just doesn't end there. There's still so much. And then even after you give birth, it still doesn't end there.
Yeah. That's actually the golden period that we want to do recuperation. And many of our clients, right, they actually manage to conceive their second or their third pregnancy shortly after without the need to come back to us.
So a lot of people sometimes tell me that, the way you do confinement and everything and the way you heal your body during that period, you can actually reset your whole body.
Yes. So it is really how well we recuperate it.
Yeah. So, okay, another thing to go into. So, Baby's Bliss obviously now offers counseling service, which was a big surprise to me when you told me that, from not only doing, whatever services that you're doing with your, massages, machines and everything, now you're also offering counseling services. Can you share why? Like, where did that come from?
I think because every couples have their own journey, right? And even though they can share with us, but I come to realize that I'm not the best person who can provide them with the right solution besides maybe a listening ear. Yeah. And especially last year, we have quite a number of very, very critical cases, I would say. So that's why I think that while we take care of their body, and how about their emotions? It is very important for it to be taken care of, for them to move forward and to move ahead as well. And of course, what triggers me to work on it faster is also like one of my clients. She actually finally she took up the courage to see a psychologist.
Okay.
Yeah, and she shared her journey. So the psychologist was telling her that it's okay to be a family without kids. Yeah, it's not wrong for a psychologist
All
to
right.
say this,
Yes.
correct? But it's not what the
What she
individuals
wanted
want
to
to
hear,
hear.
because I came to you to calm my mind, but you're telling me something that, could be more
Correct.
triggering in that sense.
Yeah, so then they'll feel more triggered or they feel more lost.
So I think talking to the right people also makes sense. So the counselors that you have on board and everything, could you share a bit more about them? What do they understand about the journey and everything? How are they the right people to talk to ladies who are going through, the emotional aspects of things?
Okay, so they are actually not just talk therapy, they are actually psychotherapists.
Oh, what's the
Yeah.
difference?
So for counselors, right, I think some of our clients they share with us is in the past when they visit counselors or psychologists, it's more on talk therapy. There's not much tools provided to help them identify what's their trigger or like maybe solutions to help them to cope at that point of time.
Okay.
Yes. However, for both residents counselors that we have over here, right, they are able to provide, very helpful and useful tools for the ladies to apply on themselves, the moment they sense the trigger. Yeah, so it's not just talk and listen.
Okay. So it's actually telling you, okay, you can go home and then you can do this and this and that. Is it a counseling session for just like, because just now you mentioned couples, is it mainly, can a wife just undergo it, or is usually a couple better? So it depends on.
Depends on how ready they are. So it can be individual, it can be couple therapy. Yeah. And it's also like to walk through different phases.
Yeah.
Some is actually to help them to move forward from the grief.
Yeah. So someone just said, "Hi, Ryan. Just want to share a little bit of my TTC and hope it can give comfort and courage to others. It took about 2 years and I'm now 9 weeks pregnant with twins. Oh my God. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you, really. It brings us a lot of joy. And I'm sure, when your patients come to you, and I see the joy that you have when your patients come to you, like you're crying with them and everything. That
was so ugly.
No, but it's true, I think after helping people and we see them get through success, it's as if we're feeling the success. It's that joy that we feel is, I tell you, it's overwhelming. It's like I'm pregnant like that in a sense. But it's finally getting there. And then we obviously we hope and panic with them that we hope we get through there successfully and then have the baby and everything. So that the journey that we go with the people that we're helping, it's stressful, but it's also a joy at the end of the day.
Yeah. So every stage is a milestone.
It is. So I would say one day at a time, and then when it gets there, it gets there.
Yeah, and we only feel relief when the baby is born.
Yes. Yeah, really. Because it hasn't been easy, but looking back, I truly believe every step helped prepare my body. One thing that really spotted me was going for the treatments and massages with baby bliss. I think, that in itself is hearing people share. I think the patients who share what they go through with you, I think that is really, in itself the best marketing in that sense, because without it, I think we can say as much as we want, or you can explain what you do and everything, but when people who go through it find success, I think that's the best thing too. Yeah.
I think I'm also very grateful, for our clients who are so supportive, they are very willing to share their journey with the rest of the community. It's so different from maybe 7 or 8 years back, right? Like it's a taboo,
Correct.
Even after they get pregnant, they will say that, don't ever share that I got pregnant via IVF, or don't share that I had difficulty before getting pregnant.
Yeah, I think the world is changing. I think the conversation about how, people are going through fertility treatments and this and that is getting to a stage where people are a lot more open. And I think people truly understand, those who are going on the same journey will feel the joy for you. At the end of the day, they know what you're going through, and they want happiness for you as well. It's very different feeling. Very hard to, this community is so strong, and it's also thankful for people, like you and everything that come out. You don't have to do what you do. You can just very simply just do your massages and that. But you do so much educational work as well, because it's extra time spent, but it's so important because we truly want people to succeed. And I think that is so important. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think being an empath, right, is also like how much we bring onto ourselves.
I know, right? It's so stressful. Sometimes I really cannot sleep for different messages I receive every day. But at the end of the day, I think every little bit that we can help helps lah in that sense.
Yeah, true lor.
Yeah. So okay, coming back to the counseling services. So you said you have 2 counselors, in-house counselors. Wow. And then obviously talking about stress and emotional journey. So what's the take-up rate at the moment? Do you see a big improvement? Because this is something that's quite new that you brought about, like this, was it this year or end of last year?
End of last year.
Yeah, end of last year.
Yeah.
And so what results have you seen with people talking to counselors and this and that?
Okay, so I think the biggest win, right, is one of our clients. She actually had pregnancy loss before, so there's a trauma. She don't dare to try to have unprotected intercourse.
Wow.
Yeah, for the past almost 2 years. So after going through, I think 3 sessions of counseling, she actually overcome her stress and she tried. And currently she's pregnant.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm so happy for her. Wow. But you see, it's crazy how it's just overcoming that part of it and that helped.
Correct. And like for them to try naturally is also another challenge because most of the time after pregnancy loss, right, they would try not to try naturally but go the IVF route, thinking that it will give higher chance of healthy pregnancy.
Yeah. So when somebody comes to you, how often, like if they're coming to try and everything, how often do you say that, okay, I think you should see the counselor? Do you tell that to all the people, or do you see signs and triggers and say, I think you should talk to somebody? How does that work?
It's not something that's open to all. So because we meet our clients on weekly basis, right? So we can roughly gauge. If we find that they are more withdrawn, this is where I'll try to talk to them to hear, what are they facing. Yeah. And I'll tell them, like, maybe you can speak to a professional, and we have them in-house also. You are in a very safe space lah. Yeah.
So at least when they want it, it's there, right? Instead of, I think sometimes reaching out, when you tell them, like, or when you tell people, I think you should speak to somebody professional, just the reaching out is a bit, like, if it's a bit tougher, they rather not, but by making it quite accessible, I think it makes things a lot easier that it's just there. Yeah. Or, if we find that we need the help of professional, because every one of them, they are going through different things, right? Yeah. Then this is where at times I may repeatedly remind them to go for it. Yeah, I understand. But I'm glad that it's something that you've offered. Is it so people cannot just come for counseling, right? They do the whole. It's really something that's for your patients. I mean, like for counseling alone, we are also okay to open up to the community. They can reach out to us. Okay, all right. And that is useful as well. At least they know that there's some place that they can go that's still a safe place. Yeah. And it's recommended in that sense. And like the counselors, they understand, the journey of the ladies or the couples within the community. Yeah. This is very important. Yeah. Because there's so many counselors, so many coaches, so many out there. But I think you don't know who to reach out to because, as you said, if you reach out to somebody who doesn't quite understand the journey or a fertility journey, they might just say like, oh, it's okay to not. I mean, as much as it's okay not to have kids at the end of the day, but it's probably not what you kind of want to hear at that point in time. So it's important to find somebody who understands and who mentions that when the time is right and things like that as well. Correct. Yeah. So, okay, coming back to, so when a person, let's say coming to you for services and everything, how does, just talking about just a little bit more sensitive, but the pregnancy, how does preparing the body help pregnancy? Because some people think, okay, is it just I do it to get pregnant, but how does it help an actual pregnancy in itself? Well, I think it plays a very important part there because when our body is much stronger in terms of like immunity and as simple as muscles like much more stronger core muscles or pelvic muscles, right? It actually helps them enjoy our pregnancy more, like movement instead of complete rest in bed. Yeah. So this actually reduces a lot of anxiety during pregnancy. Does it help with miscarriages and stuff as well? I would say so far for most of our clients, many of them are able to have healthy live birth after recurrent pregnancy loss. And that, that's true. So
it is something that it has been quite positive lah so far.
That's good. So it shows how useful it can be, and it
Mm.
shows results, because I mean, recurrent pregnancy or I mean recurrent miscarriages is something that's really tough as well, and it's good that you're seeing less of that after they go through your services. Yeah. Do you often see women wishing that they had started earlier?
100%. 100%. Like I have clients who told me that they should have started the moment they have, like, example, very painful cramps, or even before their marriage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So recently we are seeing actually more inquiries from ladies who are preparing for their wedding. Yeah. So they are the ones who may be having, like, example, irregular menses.
Yes.
Or the couples may have been together for a period of time and having unprotected intercourse, but nothing happened yet. Then this is, something that got them a little bit worried. But they may not be as comfortable or ready to bring up to their partners that shall we go for fertility screening together.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting. But I'm glad, I'm glad that they are starting early in that sense. At least it brings them a bit closer to what could be, a successful natural conception later on, isn't it?
Correct. And I think like early awareness is very important. We have clients our youngest client, she was actually 21 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So both the husband and wife, they are 青梅竹马, like from kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she actually suffered miscarriage after 6 months from her wedding.
21 years old and she got married already. Wow, that's very young.
Yeah. And after that, nothing happens. That's where they reach out to us.
So she did that before fertility treatments?
Before, and she managed to conceive naturally.
Wow. Because if you was to go and see a doctor at that age, the doctor will also say, hey, you're so young, continue trying.
Correct. I remember one of my inquiry, right? She is also in her 20s and she's a uni student. So she was telling me that currently she's having egg freezing. So I was asking her, why egg freezing?
Yes.
She doesn't have any partner and she's only at 21, 22.
Yeah.
So apparently, right, she actually had 1 year of absent menses. And when she go to doctor, right, they actually read off like it's due to stress because she studied medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. But luckily she actually went for further check. And her hormones is off. Her AMH level is very low.
Wow.
Yeah. So if she were to just, brush
ignore it and just accept that it's stress, then
it may be too late by the time when she's ready to start trying.
Yeah. Wow. I really wish that, I mean, another thing that I often say is that I wish fertility testing was a must at a certain age. I think 21, 22, if we could force these ladies, to make it mandatory that they go for a fertility check, then at least, later on you can look back at that result and see, as you said, if I'm a 21-year-old and I see that there's problems with my AMH levels that is so low, it makes them think a bit more that, hey, I may have problems. If I ever do want kids, it might be a problem later on.
All right. Actually, we should work with MOH. Like
I've mentioned it so many times, but I think we should push it a bit more.
Yeah. I'm not sure I remember my era, right? My era.
Yeah. We are almost the same era, okay?
Yeah, because like when we are like P5 or P6, there's like girls talk.
Yes.
Where they tell us about menses and using of sanitary pad, right?
Correct.
So for secondary school, they may want to talk about like menses cramp to identify what is not normal.
Yeah. No, I really think so. I think at least telling them what is not normal first.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think talking about fertility and AMH is a bit young at that point in time. But I think university level, if you go in and tell them that, okay, what's fertility, what's AMH, tell them when it's ovulation and everything, just fertility education at around the 20-year-old or like 18 to 21, I think that would be really useful.
Yeah.
And then it may help our falling TFR rate, who knows?
Yeah, we need it. And all this starts with like early awareness, man.
Correct. It's education, and awareness at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So many things that we can do, so little time at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you have heard any, but I think there's something that's worrying and concerning. We are seeing like younger girls starting their menses as young as like 9-year-old.
Wow. Oh, that I haven't heard. But I'm seeing more and more ladies, younger ladies coming and, as you said just now, having big gaps between their menses. where
Yeah.
they don't get it for months and months. And as you said, a lot of them say it's stress. I mean, stress related. But I think definitely further checks are needed. But you know, the thing is that when they go to a professional, the professional tells them it's stress, then they believe it's stress. Lah.
Yeah, Lord.
Because we are not the professionals at the end.
We want to work with them. We don't want,
Yeah. So yeah. But okay. But if there's one thing you wish women would understand about their body, and if there's one thing that, okay, no, before we answer that, okay, I'm gonna ask a bit of a sensitive question. But you know, people always ask me about cost. You know, reason for cost and everything. But can you just, I mean, you don't have to explain in detail the cost of what they, but can you explain why there's no, I mean, because people say that, hey, how come there's no demos? How come there's no trials and this and that? But maybe you could just explain like why so that they have a better understanding.
Okay, I think first of all, right, we do not want to practice in a way whereby, you come for a trial, then you decide based on how beautiful this place is, or how you feel during this session, or being stuck in the room with sales stock, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I cannot stand that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, which is why we provide teleconsult. There's totally no hard sell, and we do not allow our client to commit to us immediately.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
How, why? Tell me more.
Yeah, because I think this is something for them to really think over and to commit. Like if it is the time that you know that, okay, I really want to get started,
Yes.
then the commitment level is really very different.
Yes.
If I have to be the one to convince and persuade you to sign up, right, then the direction is a bit wrong.
Correct. It's a bit sales talky lah, basically, you know. And
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this is something that I don't really like. Like I've in the industry long enough lah, so I know all the gimmick and the yeah, this is really something that I really hate.
Yes.
And secondly is why no trial? It's also like, if I were to give you trial, what would you know from there? Yeah.
Yes.
If the individual is a doctor, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was once, right, our client, she actually texted me after our session. So she texted me saying that, hey, the massage really helped. She saw increase in her lining. So after the session, right, she actually did a ultrasound scan.
Oh, so she's a doctor herself.
Her husband is a doctor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they went home and they got the ultrasound machine and they did a testing on the
Correct. And the other one is TCM physician. So after the session, right, she actually sent me a very long list on what she observed on herself, including her body temperature, her 脉搏 from the first day, within the 3 hours, the next day, and over the next 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Then this is fine, I know that I'm also collecting objective feedback.
Yes.
But then for the rest, right, when you come to tell me you want to try, it's more to like, you want to try whether is it comfortable or not. Then I would say this is not the right benchmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at different phase of the cycle, right, I need to trigger different points. But if I were to let you go for the trial and I want to convince you, right, by giving you a very comfortable one, then I may miss that cycle.
Yes, understand.
Yeah, so this is not what we want. And we also do our part because when anyone commit to the program, right, we pre-book all their sessions in advance. Yeah.
So that there's no book over or whatever. Everything is pre-booked already.
Yeah, it's all pre-booked. So we know that both the company and client is committed. You do not have to worry that, after paying, there's no slot for you. Either you are not free or I'm not free. Because ovulation don't occur only when we're free.
True.
Yeah. And also like for us, right, every client is a unique individual.
Yeah.
So the moment I know that, okay, my slots is there, I'll stop intake so that we can fully focus on the existing batch.
It's not try to get as many in as possible, that kind of thing. It's really dependent on, Somebody asked, can we do any treatment during the FET? Can, right?
Before FET can.
Okay.
FET prep.
And after FET? No. Okay.
So we always want to prep before. Yeah.
So when a person comes to you, they cannot come halfway through a cycle, right? They have to come pre-cycle?
It depends on when they decide to get started. Okay, so usually we'll encourage them to come at least 3 months before their IVF.
Okay.
Okay. That is the best. Or otherwise, if time is running out and we find that, okay, it is something that we are able to help within a shorter period of time, we may also, take this opportunity to increase the percentage, to increase the chance.
Yeah.
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 But definitely not like 1 week before lah. Then I rather they just rest at home. Otherwise, because that's the time where we know, right? Like the closer we get to the date, that's the time where we ask the universal Google and we want to try everything.
Yes.
And that's where the stress build up. Then you'll be thinking that, hey, I've tried almost everything, but if it didn't work out, then you're going to blame yourself, which is not fair to yourself, correct? Because there's not enough time for your body to respond also.
Yeah, 100%. I think it makes sense. I mean, after you explain that whole trial thing to me, I also believe so. At the end of the day, one session is not going to give you the results that you want. I cannot tell a difference unless you're a doctor or a TCM person that really can know the science. But if not, it's very hard to tell, is there a difference with whether, is it for me or not? And I like the fact that you're not hard sales. And it's something that a lot of people have told me that you're not hard sales. And that's why we're talking today as well, because I also cannot stand hard sales at the end of the day. I feel that it's we are very vulnerable at this state already when we're trying for a child. If we have and we are at a state where we're going to try everything, as you said. We are desperate enough to try everything. Whether or not it's good for us or not, we will still try. But I think it's good that there's sensible people around us to give us proper advice and proper what is needed in that sense.
I think this is really very, very important. Like, I think there's no point to provide trial or even, trial at a very, very low attractive price.
Yeah.
Because then, even though the decision that you make at that point of time, it may not be when you are at your clearest state of mind. You may be committing when you are at a state of confusion or vulnerable. Or sometimes even fear factor, which is not nice. Yeah. And the reason why we always encourage our client, right, to discuss with their spouse, because it is commitment. We do not want them to think that I want to do this without telling my husband. Then, the trust issue is there already.
Yes.
Many times, in this journey, many couples, their relationship is already strained.
100%. We see it so often that it's, you don't need an added one more thing to make it even more strained,
Correct.
Yeah. So, just read this. Grumpy Bear Dreams. I love your nickname, by the way. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Babies List for their support throughout our TTC journey and our successful FET IVF. Currently, I'm 3 months pregnant. See, all these good news is like heartwarming. Seriously.
How come I cannot see all the message one?
Really? You cannot see? Only I can see. So she also said that their massage really helps me a lot. No more cramps during menses. And it also helped in my lining before the embryo transfer. We are so grateful that Baby Bliss is there to help us in our journey. Hey, this is not just one person, we've had a few of these. So, hey, all your loyal fans coming out. So touching, right?
Yeah, so touching.
Yeah. So, okay. So our last question, if there's one thing, okay, wait, sorry, I keep thinking it. So just now we're talking about packages and everything.
Okay.
The packages also don't get wasted at the end of the day, right? Yeah. So what happens to the packages if you successfully get pregnant?
The sooner the better. Okay, so because right now we go by credit base.
Yes.
Yeah, so the moment pregnancy takes place, right, then the remaining credit will be converted to pregnancy massage from week 20 onwards.
Okay, so pregnancy massage and then after that postnatal massages if there's still.
So it depends on the credit law. And actually for price wise, I've been hearing a lot of people telling me that we are expensive, but then when we actually do comparison on the amount that they have spent previously, elsewhere, my perception is actually so much lower.
Really?
It's just a maybe because I require.
I think that one thing as well is that, see, because yours is a lump sum cost in certain ways. So when people kind of, and okay, but like, for example, I mean, I'm just comparing certain things. When you go to a TCM or when you go, there's a lot of add-ons that you don't cater for. They give you a base fee and then, so you think the base fee is only this much, but then they add on, and then it becomes a lot more money. So if you add it all up, then that's the thing that people kind of don't see at the end of the day. So I think you need to really weigh out what it all is divided by the number of sessions that you get and this and that. Then you'd have a better cost analysis. Yeah.
So basically there's nothing for them to buy here then.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. No, but that's a good thing.
there's nothing for
Yeah.
them to buy lah.
No
Like,
hidden costs, no add-ons and everything, which is very important because like, I mean, we've all been there, the facial where you buy a package and they sell another package and they sell another package and everything.
yeah, there's
So,
no
and then,
tier because all are premium. We only use premium because we need the premium.
yeah. Okay. All right. And then so now we are really at our final question. Okay. If there's one thing you wish more women understood from this session, okay, what is it that you would like them to know?
I think always remember that there's always more solution than problem, and reach out to the right support. Like right now there's so many support group, doctors information elsewhere. So do not restrict your options. Yeah. This is very important because we have actually seen a lot of couples who actually almost decide to stop their parenthood journey just because they thought that, that's the end of it.
All right. I agree. 100% agree. The number of couples that we've talked to that have said, I think this is the end. And then we said, Joe, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And they're like, oh, I've never even heard about it. Didn't even know that there's that option or, this and that. I think the more people you kind of talk, sometimes it's a bit stressful talking to that many people as well, but talk to the right people, a few more options out there gets you more solutions. And with a solution, there's always still a chance, as Angelia said. Tan Shandy said, I'm also very thankful to Baby's Bliss. I'm very mindful of what I eat now compared to in the past. So you see, all these little tips that you send out really do add value. So.
Yeah, and actually it helped the entire family. So I have clients who actually tell me, right, now their entire family, including her parents and her in-laws, no longer snack on unhealthy snacks. Because it's all about wellness, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's not just this stage of the journey, it's really throughout your whole life, and it involves everybody in that sense.
And one thing for sure, because usually end of year, many corporates check up. So majority of our clients, right, came back with much better medical reports.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, this is something for sure.
That really makes sense, Yeah. So where can people find you and learn more from you if they want to see you and and learn more?
Okay, so they can reach us via WhatsApp at 86140898 or our website, social media. We are located at Plaza Singapura. However, we accept only walk-ins. We only accept appointments, no walk-ins. Yeah, because we want to protect the privacy of our clients.
And it's a very nice little place. It's very cozy. It's very private. It's not like 大庭广众, it's really in a little private corner in Plaza Sing, and it's a very nice, cozy place. So their Instagram is Baby's Bliss, BABIESBLISS, on social media. So, and Angelia, she's everywhere. You always see her. So you can reach out to her, and she's the nicest person to give you whatever advice. It's not only, if just having to talk to her, you will feel that, she's really out there to help you. So thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We hope that, this topic, I mean, we went a bit all of different places, but it's it really is the whole topic that brings it together. You realize that the body is so much more than what you think. And, we are also trying to just let you know what's out there. Other solutions, as we said, it may be for you, it may not be for you, but at least you know what's out there and you can inquire and see, is it something
and I think I want to highlight one thing, even especially for ladies who have been through like IVF, right? Even though they do not have good egg quality, for example, or they are being given the advice of donor egg, right? Do not be disheartened because egg quality can really be improved. We have seen so many over the years.
Yeah.
And as much as we know that age can be a problem, but given the technology now, and the food choices, our lifestyle choices, age is really just a number. We have our clients who just successfully conceived a second one at 47, and so far, right, she's already entering her second or third trimester. There's no issue to her pregnancy.
Wow. It's always
Yeah.
nice to hear, it gives a lot of hope to ladies out there. But I do agree with you. There's so much, we are so advanced these days. As much as there's a lot of doctors that tell you that, quality cannot be improved and this and that. I do believe otherwise to a certain extent. I believe what you eat, I believe supplements that you eat, I believe what you use in your life can change. We've heard, even situations where somebody touch wood has cancer and then they change their lifestyle and the cancer goes away. So you really never know. There's nothing 100%. But at least you know what's out there and then try and see if it's for you.
Yeah. So long as it's within your means and within your reach,
Correct. So thank you so much for everybody for their time, and thank you everybody who have commented and have said things that Angelia and Babyliss has helped you with, because all these are they will help other people understand better, and none of this is paid for or whatever, in that sense. It's real reviews, out of the go of their own heart and this and that. So Grumpy Bear also said, my husband went for the baby's list hyperbaric oxygen therapy and his sperm count increased surprisingly. Wow, interesting. So I mean,
50%.
so it's not wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you see, it's not only for women, so it's men can come and do it too, right?
Yeah. And it's actually very encouraging because we are seeing more men, more husbands being involved in the journey. Yeah. And especially for couples who have like maybe failed implantation or recurrent pregnancy loss, right? It may be helpful for the husband to go for a DNA fragmentation test.
Yes, that's something that I really wish that all centers would offer it. I cannot understand. If you keep saying that it might be a sperm DNA fragmentation problem, but they're not testing it, then how do we know at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. And
so,
like it can be like by changing a little bit of diet or supplements or even our therapy over here, it has been very, very helpful and it's tangible, right? Because they go for serum analysis. It's unlike egg quality.
Yeah. Men, I think it's a way more easier to help at the end of the day if they're willing to be helped, It's just knowing what's the problem and everything. Also, it would be useful to share more about how we can improve our egg quality through diet. We will see how we can give you advice on that. So we'll come out with something and then, let you guys know how we can give you little tips and this and that from there.
Yes.
All right. We have so many projects that we have in mind. So we hope that whatever you guys have in mind that you think we can help you with, let us know as well. And we will try to make it happen at the end of the day.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night. Thank you. And we will see you soon. Bye, Angelia. Thank you. Good night.
Have an early night rest.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.